Maine Governor Janet Mills, now completing her second and final term, has entered the 2026 U.S. Senate contest to challenge incumbent Republican Senator Susan Collins, setting up one of the most closely watched Senate races in the midterms. Candidates in context. Mills, 77, is Maine's first female governor and a veteran of state politics, having previously served 2 stints as Attorney General. Because Maine law bars governors from serving more than 2 consecutive terms, Mills cannot seek re-election to the governorship, making a Senate run a natural next step if she chooses to continue public office. Susan Collins, 72, has held her Senate seat since 1997. She is known for a moderate brand of republicanism and a reputation for crossing party lines at times. Historically, she has been difficult for Democrats to unseat, even in years when Maine leaned Democratic in presidential elections. National Democrats have long regarded the Collins seat as a prime pickup opportunity, in part because Maine was carried by the Democratic presidential candidate in the most recent election, making it one of the few states where a Republican Senate incumbent is defending in a state that voted for a Democrat. Mills was actively recruited by party leaders, including Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Her name recognition, governing record, and prior confrontations with former President Donald Trump, especially around issues such as transgender rights and federal funding threats, are central to her campaign narrative. Strategic and political challenges. Mills's candidacy is not without controversy and risk. Most immediately is the question of age. At 77, she would become the oldest person to enter the Senate as a freshman, and critics, both within and outside her party, have raised concerns about stamina, generational appeal, and her likely tenure. Some Democrats and progressive voices have preferred younger candidates, such as Graham Plattner, an oyster farmer and veteran, who launched a campaign earlier and has drawn the backing of Senator Bernie Sanders. Indeed, Sanders publicly discouraged Mills from entering the race, arguing that a competitive primary could weaken the party's chances against Collins. There is also the internal Democratic calculus of whether Mills can unify the various factions of the party, establishment, centrists, progressives, behind her candidacy, especially after a potentially bruising primary. Mills must defend her record as governor while distinguishing herself from Collins' moderate republicanism, and she must navigate federal and local issues that resonate with Maine's electorate: health care, the economy, infrastructure, climate change, and